Afrouz knows firsthand the challenges and difficulties of becoming a Christian in Iran. Afrouz came to Jesus at a very dark point in her life. 11 years ago, she was single, working, and going to a private university in Tehran. Her mother and sister had gone to the United States. She was lonely and suffering from severe depression, even suicidal. It was during this time that Afrouz, a Muslim, went into her room to pray.
If you are going to help me, if you are going to give me relief tonight, show yourself to me. If you don't show me a sign tonight, I will live like the world and I will be a sinner.
Afrouz says she told the God of Muhammad she would stay up all night waiting for a sign. Then at midnight, a light came into the room. She got scared and left. Soon afterward, she would return. The light still filled the room. Afrouz then says she saw Jesus in white, but she was angry and was asking, "What is this? I was looking for the God of Muhammad, not Jesus." She felt this was a trick of Satan. But during this encounter, Afrouz, who likes to write poetry, felt a prompting to jot something down that she began to think about. She wrote,
"Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry burdens, and I will give you rest."
After this vision, Afrouz also had a dream about Jesus, but she remained discouraged. However, less than a week later, a co-worker noticed how depressed she was. During the conversation with this man, a Christian, he shared about God's love, and that prompted Afrouz to show him what she had written down a few days before.
I showed him the poem that I had written, and immediately he took out his Good News Bible and showed me the verse I had gotten. I was amazed. That's when I believed in Christ and went toward him.
Afrouz was excited about her new faith in Jesus. But when it became known she was a Christian, she was fired from her job, kicked out of university where she was studying art. When she did work, it was for a mere fraction of the wage she used to make. But Afrouz had Jesus in her life and was doing much better. Her depression was gone, and met and married a man in her church. Then the persecution intensified.
The worst problem started when we got married. After we married in the church, that evening at the hotel, the police arrested us because we were Muslims who got married in a church. After they let us go, they went to the pastor and threatened to kill him.
In the years that followed, there were death threats against Afrouz and her husband because they had turned their backs on Islam and were now Christians. At one point, the religious police showed up with a gun, and more threats were made. When the possibility of having their daughter Esther taken from them, Afrouz became alarmed. The family fled Iran for Turkey.
Esther liked to tell everyone in her school that she was a Christian and everything she learned about God in her class, but she received a bad reaction from other kids. The teacher made her read from the Quran. Churches are under the control of the government. The people who evangelize are in real danger. The believers in Iran are praying that the gates would be open to the good news and there would be open doors for evangelism to gather new believers.
Despite her problems and an uncertain future, Afrouz says Jesus is worth it and loves to tell others about his love and would someday like to return to Iran and once again proclaim the gospel among her people.